What is up, everybody? Today is the episode 6, right? And this is a
Episode
rerun.
6, take 3.
It is a rerun. Yeah, take 3. Literally.
I forgot. You know,
And
I didn't even realize this was number 3. But number 1 was 20 minutes long, and we didn't realize. Number 2, we couldn't hear Mitchell, and number 3, hopefully you can hear everything, and it's more than 20 minutes long.
And it really sucks because our take 2 is so good, and we're gonna try to make take 3 even better. So
it's gonna be hard to talk about the same things 3 times.
I know. Well, I'd say the second take we talked about a lot of things different because
Well, the second time was good,
happened.
but the third one, trying to repeat everything will be a little hard, but you know, it's alright.
Oh, so speaking of the current world events, we had the whole couple days ago on Wednesday. We had the whole storming.
I'm actually gonna stop you right there because we forgot to say Happy New Year's. Well, technically we said it twice already, but Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's, everybody. Hope year 2021 is going good so far. I know it feels like it hasn't changed much, but maybe it has. Oh, damn it. So yeah, the whole
2021's already kind of a shit show.
Yeah. World crisis wise, still have COVID, and now we have
COVID 2.0. Actually, I think we should say.
Yes.
So that's always fun.
Obviously, I wish you kind of explained what the whole Capitol rioting was.
I don't really remember much about it anymore, but so they were doing, like, they were finishing up the votes and stuff for, like, who's gonna be the president. Obviously, it's Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
And President Trump held a rally. So there was a bunch of, I guess you could say, rednecks who attended it. And after the rally, they decided that it'd be a good idea to go down to the Capitol and break into it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the intent was to be peaceful.
Well, yeah, it was, but then some people started some things.
Yeah, there's like I didn't mention this in the take 2, but I've done some like more analysis on it, and I think the whole intent was to be peaceful, but they started rioting because when you're with a crowd, your mood starts changing. Like it's like, I forget what the term is called, but you act completely different when you're in a crowd. And so people are just like, yeah. They're building off the hype of like, yo, you know what? Joe Biden didn't win. The election was rigged, and people are just building off of that. So they're just rioting. That's what happened. So they broke into the Capitol, stealing like the podium and putting it on eBay. And Nancy Pelosi's office.
The worst part about it, or maybe not the worst, but Trump is somewhat supporting what they did. And
yeah,
I mean, even so like Twitter has removed all of his tweets, Facebook has banned him, Snapchat banned him, Instagram banned him. Yeah, so that happened after our other podcast, so I guess it's good. Not good, but good. You guys get to hear that.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy that they could even do something like that.
I know,
that's our leader.
Censoring our world leader. And now I know Trump is going forth and he's accepting Joe Biden's.
Pence kind of went against Trump on, what day is it? Saturday now, on like Thursday, and kind of just told him he needs to chill out. And he was telling other people they need to chill out.
Yeah, they're all like, you need to accept that Joe Biden won. Like he won fair and square. You know, you need to move on. And Trump did come out and say he's moving on with it, and it'll be a peaceful transition. That's if more people don't riot. And you know, this is where all the arguments sparked again between like the two sides. And
people need to just accept it for what it is. Otherwise, it's just going to cause more problems.
Exactly. People were saying, "Oh, I thought Trump supporters were supposed to back the blue and not riot, and Black Lives Matter movement and all of that is the only people who can riot." And they saw that, you know, the Trump supporters were rioting, so that's what people are confused about. Then there's the other side saying, you know, how did people vote for Joe? As you can see, there's so many people who want Trump to stay in the office that they want riot the Capitol. Like that, people are saying, you think Joe's going to be a leader when there's all these people who really don't want him in the office?
The people that were there, though, they're a small percent of the people that represent Trump, which kind of makes Trump look bad. But they're also it's kind of like the small percentage of BLM that like rioted and broke stores, and so I mean, it's you can't really completely put it on Trump.
Exactly.
But he definitely could have said something about it. For 190, and I missed every shot after.
Oh my god, I was. Oh my god.
Have a good night, everyone.
You're completely right about that. That is a small percentage that represents each side.
It's just like, no the small percentage that everyone sees, though, which is kind of
that's just what the media sees. It's what everything puts out. Like, there's always the good sides. People just don't see the good sides, and they only see bad sides.
Yeah. It's just kind of what the world has come to.
Yep, it's bad. And, you know, people just come to accept that. And, you know, I've come to accept it too, you know. I really just, I'm optimistic, you know.
I've come to accept that I'm terrible at Fortnite.
I'm just a very optimistic person. You don't know how he's going to do. There's so much hate towards him. You don't know how someone's going to do until they're actually in the position. He does bad. No, he does bad.
Yeah, I want to believe that he'll do good for us, but we're just going to have to wait and see.
I think that's just how you got to expect every president.
You have to you can't take him in thinking he's going to be bad when he hasn't done anything yet. I mean, he's been, technically, I guess he's been trying to do stuff for like 40 years or something, but we're just going to ignore that.
He's tried for a long time. I don't know. It's all just a mess, and
I don't know if you want to try and get into what we got into the last time we recorded this or not.
I'm down to get into it again.
I'll let you re-explain all the stories.
All right.
I don't have as good of a plan for you, but you can just get right into it if you want.
That's alright. That's alright. So basically, in one of my classes, Tristan is in this class with me, and it's sociology. And in that class, we're studying about like cults and religions and stuff like that. And we watched a whole documentary on one of the biggest and main cults, and that was Jim Jones' cult. And if you don't know, he's the one who came up with the Kool-Aid that killed almost 1,000 people.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah, the drink the Kool-Aid phrase, that's where it comes from. So I kind of just want to explain that whole, like, craziness of how one person can manipulate so many people to commit suicide and follow him. Like, that's just insane. So I'll just kind of explain with the documentary and what I saw on that. I'll start from the beginning. The people who were friends with him since like age 5, they saw him killing like animals, just little rabbits, kittens.
Not just like rabbits or squirrels, which every little boy
cats and stuff. Cats. And he would host funerals for
domestic
them. And that's
cats.
Just, like, he'd host funerals for them and just like say their wife was a blessing and it was time for them to go. I don't know exactly what he said, obviously.
He was a little weird about it. It was sus.
Yeah. People were just like, you're 5 years old and you're like hosting funerals for killing animals. So that's when all the suspicion just started coming around with him. So in this time period where he started the People's Temple and his like cult, it was during the time where there was a civil rights movement and like all of the hate against blacks, sexuality people, homophobes and stuff like that.
It's just kind of a time of hate for everything, really. And he was just trying to, he was supposedly making everything better, giving people hope, false hope. I mean, hope, but false hope.
Yeah. He took advantage of the situation so he can gain followers for him. So people saw that he was like, oh my God, I'm a godly person. So Paul, come to the People's Temple where we all come together, no matter who you are. Let's all dance, have a groovy time to the music, do whatever. And this guy would host. Yeah, this guy would host a huge like auditorium just full of thousands.
He was very motivational. You could compare him to like Hitler.
I think you compared him last time to Martin Luther King and like.
Don't say it like that. No, the way he can move a crowd and make him not trust you, but
the same with like the same context. Very very good speaker nonetheless, and so he had all these terrible person. Yeah, and this is where the cultness started coming into play. He would fake his powerful being that he called himself Jesus and God by having people in the crowd who were faking disabled, the people who are working for him and they know that he's a scam and a cult. he would essentially tell these people get in a wheelchair and act disabled. So when they all have the auditorium, he'd point at that person and be like, you know what, you're gonna walk today. Rise up, get out of that wheelchair and just start walking around. That's what he did.
Oh, we've heard the
And
video.
that person did, and everyone's like, oh my god, this guy's actually a magical being, you know, and this guy's actually our people's, the people, the leader for the people. And some people somehow believed that you can just transform a paralyzed person, and that he was Jesus. Yeah. So he kind of did all the manipulation, then he started taking away rights of people by
slowly just kind
them,
of took over everyone.
Yeah.
That
he would tell them that the government was a lie. Don't trust anything with the government.
I don't want to take your thunder, but didn't he make people kill, like, whatever it is? Like,
Kill who?
Government people?
Oh, yeah, eventually. I'll talk about that.
Sorry.
You're good. So yeah, he would manipulate people, telling them to not listen to any of the media or anything about him, because obviously his actions were suspicious. So he would tell people, you know what, this isn't our place that we can have peace. We need to find peace on Earth.
Let me shoot.
He didn't really believe in a heaven. He believed
like, heaven was on Earth, right?
Yeah, he's like, and he thought.
So that's where
I think it was in Indiana.
Yep.
Yeah, he's in Indianapolis, Indiana. So he's like, Indianapolis is not the place. We need to go to California and build a whole new town.
Kind of just away from where you could get away with things.
Yeah, exactly. He just wanted to get away from all the trouble. So he went to. He had the people actually want to go with him to California, and they did. They started their first little civilization, where they did like jobs and stuff, and sort of peaceful. Damn it! I was gonna pickaxe you. It was sort of peaceful. They were doing the work. But they're still having like the government officials and people coming after him, and so like interviewing him. So he's like, you know what? The United States is not the place. Let's go completely out of the country. Right Let's just go completely out of the country to a little country of Guyana.
Let's all get the fuck out.
Exactly. Honestly, let's get out. I'm kidding.
Let's go.
Let's go. Start new. Let's start MT Town.
Let's do it. Everybody must play Fortnite 24/7.
Yes. Or otherwise you're killed.
Whoa. You must drink
Whoa.
Slurpfish.
Drink the cook. Yeah, must drink the swordfish. Must eat the swordfish. No, but anyways, you want the people to guy. They will be off topic. That's fine. It's still part of the topic. Led people to Guyana.
Yep.
To start Jonestown, and that's the official name of the cult. Or well, we call the cult and know it by. And people again, they followed him there, thinking that was going to be the place, heaven on earth, where everything was peaceful. And you know what? The first like week or two people were there, you know, they were like, yeah, this actually is heaven.
Well, they loved it because he made it seem amazing. Yeah. Even though they went to their jobs and they made him money. But, I mean,
yeah, they weren't really working for themselves.
He gave them everything that they really could need.
Exactly. And, you know, it was all fun and dandy and stuff for the first couple of weeks, and then things started taking a turn where he was getting more delusional and sick and stuff like that in the head, where he's just like starting to demand people more things. Like, if you leave this place, you know, you don't have faith in me anymore, you're a bad person.
You won't be in this heaven anymore.
Yeah.
You'll be punished.
You'll be punished for not following me. Why wouldn't you want to follow me? And if you weren't doing things of his liking, he would
played God for however long. Yeah. I think it was like 3 years or something that this took place.
Yeah. That was it.
Yes.
So yeah, he would play himself as a god, and again, even though he is in a completely different country, they still knew about Jonestown, the government in the U.S., and they traveled to Guyana to interview Jim Jones there, and people were slipping notes into the reporters' pockets and stuff like that, or they would say you dropped something to the reporters, and it was a note that said, "Help me from this place. I want to escape Jonestown." So they saw that, and they were like.
Probably should point out well, actually, you kind of said it, but Jim Jones would not let people leave.
Yeah, he didn't want them leaving.
People had to stay in
He would
Jonestown.
say, yeah, you can leave, but you don't believe in me. That's what he said. Yeah. Or he might even probably killed them before
I'd
they
say
could
they
leave.
leave and then maybe he killed them so they couldn't say anything.
Yeah. So the
What
reporters
people
saw.
he killed because they found out or something?
What?
I said, I wonder how many people he killed that found out.
I mean, after after the congressman and the government found out, he had ordered to kill them because those interviewers, they interviewed Jim Jones. He said all those are true or not true. Sorry, all that is not true. Why would people want to come here, live under my power and stuff if they didn't think that was true? So, he had they were about to leave the reporters. He told all of his people don't believe in those government and everything like that. Then he ordered to kill them as they were about to leave. They were going on a plane. A truck rolled up, shot them all. Or I don't know if they shot them all because there's still like some of those government people telling their stories on that documentary.
Yeah, the people that escaped or faked their they would
fake their deaths.
quote unquote drink the Kool-Aid and then they just lay down.
Yep.
And they watched their families die. I mean, that's terrible.
Yeah, I'll get to the drinking the Kool-Aid part. So
this is just a repeat of the last one. I mean, basically, you don't even need to tell them that we redid it 3 times.
I know, dude.
I just like to cut in.
That's good. You gotta say your own thing on it, Where was that? Okay, so he killed those government officials, and then he was like, if we can't have he was pretty much he was getting wanted, obviously there's people after him. He's killing people, killing government people, so he's a wanted man kind of. So he was telling his people who follow him, if we can't have peace, if we can't live in peace here, let's die in peace, so we can achieve that peace. But that was going against what he said. He said dying wasn't bringing peace. Dying there's no such thing as a heaven. We wouldn't have peace. So people are just like, what? Why would we kill ourselves? We're letting them defeat us.
How do
you promise that this place that we're at is the place where we
they're
can be
this is
happy
heaven.
and
How are
our
we gonna
heaven.
kill ourselves and go to another heaven?
And he's
make
like,
sense.
and he's like, no. Trust me, there's peace after death. It's what we must do. You don't care, or I don't care, stuff like that. And people are just astounded that he's breaking his own things.
I wonder what would
have
have happened if he went about what he did legally, did everything in a good manner. Like, I wonder if there would still be a Jonestown, say like a place where there's just that religion and a guy. I mean, it's unrealistic, but I mean, people loved it until it didn't work.
It wouldn't even be considered a cult then. It'd be considered just like a whole new religion.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, there wouldn't really be.
Yeah, it's kind of cool to think about though. So, finish off. I just want to kill you. Oh, I lagged really bad right there.
Your leg caused me to miss.
I'm lagging so bad, dude. Oh, there we go.
My leg.
Okay. To finish off, he was telling those people to kill them, or that suicide's the answer, so they can die in peace. And people are like, okay, I guess we'll drink the Kool-Aid. We believe you. He was pretty much telling that if you don't drink the Kool-Aid, you don't believe in him. You betrayed him and everything like that. So people started drinking it to make him happy, and I believe 909 people died from drinking the Kool-Aid. It was babies.
They showed videos and pictures of it, and there's just, I mean, it looks like the Holocaust, just people laying on the ground.
Yeah, it's disturbing, honestly.
The only difference, it was
little kids,
people, it was every single person that was in that town was not supposed to, like, live.
Some people managed to escape and die. Well, I don't know how those people managed to escape because I remember saying in the documentary that they were surrounded by people with guns, and that guy was like, "Where the heck did all these guns come from?"
It was weird. Why did those people drink the Kool-Aid too?
Because they probably knew it was a scam. That he was a whole scam.
Because Jim Jones didn't drink it either.
He didn't drink it either. He just got shot. He got assassinated.
That'd be better
or
than that.
no, it probably didn't even get assassinated. It was probably just, you know, he's a wanted man, got killed for being a criminal, almost Hitler style. And yeah, the Hitler thing was a good comparison.
Yeah, he's
so,
like
the
lesser. I don't know how to say that. Lesser, like he's like Hitler, but he didn't. I mean, he didn't kill a million people. He just killed.
Yeah.
But then he manipulated people into killing himself, which is kind of worse. Like he made them do the job that Hitler was trying to get his soldiers to do. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm not
they
laughing at that. I'm
motive.
laughing like, holy, how can you be so manipulative as to get almost 1,000 people to just straight up drink the Kool-Aid and die?
Exactly.
Like throw their life away. You gotta be insanely manipulative. I mean,
it's so weird.
Back then, there wasn't as much stuff about. Fuck.
It really is weird to think about how. This is kind of controversial, and this is we did talk about this last time, but it's a very controversial thing, and I'm sorry if this like offends you in any way, but a man who has the psychoness power, people followed him, and he wasn't actually Jesus or God, but people still felt something with him, like they felt the energy, and he was just a delusional, crazy being. So the argument is, do priests really have like a special, or like any person who's a special power in a religion?
A priest doesn't have like power; they just are the ones who spread the word. At least that's what they say. Like they'll say like.
But it just brings the question. I don't know. It's controversial.
It needs to be asked because it's like
because I watched Vsauce, and he had a whole like documentary. He had like a whole video in his like mind game, something like that. It was a series, and I watched it, and one of the things was on. I can't remember the exact reason why this girl was having to meet with a priest or whatever, but it was a psychological test. It was a psychological test to see if the chick would just believe a completely bogus person or a fake person who wasn't an actual priest or high being. So they laid her down on like a table, and this guy off the street, like literally, so I was pretty sure got this guy off the street, just had him chant a few like prayers and
say
stuff
some
like
random
that.
stuff.
And then this chick was like, "Oh my God, I can see."
Oh God.
See God, right?
Yeah, see that's
like
the one thing with religion. Some people like them self-believe too much that they need to like make it seem like they did something.
Yeah.
Don't worry, he placed the wall, but it didn't place.
But in people, we're seeking that you know, that person who's going to be there for us.
Well, everyone needs something to hold on to or something to believe in, or like I mean, I'm religious. I believe in that.
Me too.
But I think, I mean, I'll say this till the day I die, and every podcast ever I've said it. Religious is more than just God, and I mean it is that obviously. But if you're following religion, you're also, for the most part, there's not many religions that are terrible. But you're doing it, and you're gonna be a good person through that religion. So, like, what's the point in not being?
You might as well. Oh my God.
You might as well follow what it says and be a good person. I was wondering.
Might as well just give it religion a chance, because
it's not gonna hurt you.
Say you're right, then good things are gonna happen. If you're wrong, who cares? You know, if
you led a good life and you did good things. I think I say that every podcast, but I heard that from someone, and ever since I've heard it, I've told every single person that I've talked to about it. I'm like,
it's extremely good message.
Yeah. Ow.
Ow. Ow.
Jesus Christ.
No, but we always seek for a person. Like, obviously, we're drawn to have comfort from a person who can give us good feelings. You know, it may not even be a real spiritual being, but we always just attach the spiritual, like, we always attach the spirit with someone who we can trust and we can feel comfort from.
do what you were saying.
Because yeah, the priest obviously doesn't have like special powers that can walk on water like Jesus, you know.
Yeah.
But he's just that
he's the
comfort.
messenger. He's the guy you can go
Yes.
to because he is the closest thing to God you will get in your lifetime.
And
that gives people comfort to know
so-
they can go talk to him without them like saying anything.
Yeah.
When I got confirmed, I asked my priest if someone killed someone and they told him, would he have to tell? And obviously he does. But I mean, for the most part, you can tell them anything, and they're gonna help you do the right thing. They don't judge.
Whoa.
Yeah.
No, yeah. They're not supposed to, because all sins can be forgiven. Well, at least in like my religion or your religion too, probably.
Yep.
This is how it is for me. Obviously, you can believe in different things and whatever you want to. But my religion, all sins can be forgiven, and you only have to live by one thing, and it's to believe in God. Because if you don't, then you won't go.
So this is very out there, and it was actually asked on the Impulsive podcast, but I really want to know what your answer is. So if we're supposed to forgive all and everything like that, would you, if you were the person, Hitler killed himself, but would you, if someone killed him, would you be the one to pull the trigger? Would you kill him, or would you forgive him?
Wait, so you're saying?
Do you think you could forgive Hitler?
If I could kill him, I would. You would. That's what I'm gonna say. I would kill him, but if he came to me and was like, "I messed up. I'm so sorry. Like I didn't mean to kill millions of Jews. I really messed up." You know.
What if he said that when you held the gun to him?
That's a tough question, because
I think everyone can be forgiven, but I don't know.
I know.
He killed
a million people.
More than a million people, and
he's pretty much the Antichrist, I want to say.
Yeah, that's what I don't know. Like, but if all people are forgiven, we're supposed to forgive him. He doesn't God doesn't have a special thing just for Hitler. We're supposed to kill him, so like technically you should forgive him.
Without bad, there isn't good. You know.
Yeah.
You need to see the good, or you need to see the bad in order to see the good. So, you know, if he did really bad things, but you know, maybe he could, but there's no way I'll just let him go around loose and be like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I know. You know, you did that such a terrible thing. Go live on a way.
Well,
if you can
that's
go.
different.
No, he'd be locked up in a.
That's what I'm saying. If he was if we had Hitler locked in a cell right now, and you could kill him, or you could, and you would be fine. You can either kill him and live your life, or you can just let him be and live your life.
Yeah, no, I just let him suffer, but I'd forgive him and just be like, you know, God will decide if you be accepted after what you did. You know.
It's true. It's fair.
And that kind of comes in where this whole story or idea comes in line. Is we may have different religions, but we all believe in one, I think, the same God, and we just don't even realize it. I know other religions believe in more than one God, and you know, but they're not like the almighty universal being. They're just like gods of, you know, gods of like wisdom, gods of, you know, stuff like that. They're just like of a certain, I don't know the word to describe it, certain background. I don't know.
I got you.
But I think there is, in every single religion, we all have that one universal being that we all believe in.
Everyone
we always look
the all being created. Everything kind of like
it gets implanted into our minds, because I talked about this a little bit on Take Two, so I'm just gonna call it
one or two.
I watched on Joe Rogan's podcast, and he was all about, you know, he's just psychedelics and loves all that drug stuff, everything about that. You know what? Go him. I don't care. You're opening up a new world. Yeah. And he's saying that religion is bogus, and we're just, as people who came up with the idea of God and like created religions, We're just people who are high on shrooms and stuff like that.
I don't agree, but I also think people on
I
shrooms...
agree with the statement.
Why? Okay, I agree, but the people that are on, they can also see further than the people that aren't.
But
like their minds get opened up so much. Not always good for you, but
I can definitely see that they did see like a giant being, like, you know, you're tripping out, you're like, oh my god, there's this almighty freaking dude he's saying about me, and they're like, oh my god, we gotta talk about this, let's go spread the word to our village, you know. I do see that.
They were just eating lunch and all one of them eats a freaking mushroom, like imagine
there's a reason.
back in Egyptian times, they're just chilling after they're building the pyramids and they're just eating their lunches. And there's a mushroom, and you're like, oh, this looks like a mushroom. I just ate it. You just start eating them, and they just go back to the pyramid. Maybe that's why the pyramids are so well built, because they just they were tripping on.
They're just like, yo, what if we just built a giant pyramid, bro?
Dude, that'd be so cool, man.
That'd be sick, bro. Let's do it.
Every morning they just go to the same spot for breakfast. Eat the same shrooms.
Yo, I can see it right here, bro. I can put King Tut right there, bro.
Bro, I feel like I can lift these 20,000-pound stones, bro.
Yeah, dude, I'm invincible. I'm like Superman, man. I don't even know who that is, but I'm Superman. No, one of the story is, there's a reason there's a being being planted in our head, like whether you're on drugs or not.
Yep.
It's just like a body structure that's been implanted in us. Like in our minds, we just have in there that we always just have the image of a higher being, that there's always a higher being leading us, no matter if you're tripping on acid. And I think yeah, if you're tripping on drugs, you get like a vision.
You might get an extra vision. I'm not saying it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Don't do drugs.
Hints. Yeah, we don't encourage or anything like that.
But if you do them, let us know what you're seeing. Tell us what the next pyramid's gonna look like.
Yes.
Will they be circular?
Circular, bro. Oh my god, imagine just a giant sphere.
A dome. Somehow it's balanced perfectly.
Yeah. So I also just want to bring up this thing. I also mentioned in my sociology class, 'cause I don't know, I found that class a little bit interesting.
I'm guessing I know what it is.
I won't say
I guess I know what it was, but
what?
That's you can go.
You know what the question is?
Pretty sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, you definitely know. So reincarnation, you know, there's religions that believe in it, Hinduism, Buddhism, I believe. So they believe in reincarnation. I just want to know the reasoning behind this. I want an explanation. I ain't trying to offend anybody or like try to ruin your opinion. I just want an explanation. If you guys are here listening, if you know about Buddhism, tell us in the comments. But say a planet collision happens and, you know, or an asteroid hits and wipes all life on Earth. Planet collides, all life on Earth, and Earth breaks into pieces. There's nothing that can live on it. What would you be reincarnated into?
My answer to this every time will be the universe is endless, and you'll just go to another planet.
That's it. I think that's how it would work. Like, but
I strongly believe there's a million different. Yeah, I guess I never thought about that. Yep, you got me there. We didn't bring that up last time, I don't think, but
I don't know.
But
like,
I feel like when the day comes that other planets are found, I have something to say after this. After the planets are found, I think religious people will come to say that all planets are by the same God. But all planets are created by whoever they believe in. For us, it'd be like the one God. But what I was gonna say,
yeah, no, exactly.
What was I gonna say now?
That's like leading on to what we were saying about like there's always a belief in the same being, like different religions, but we're all believing in the same. Like,
Alright,
God,
so conspiracy theorists here, and what if the government is telling us that there's other places so that the religious people don't kill everyone and freak out about it?
That's that's a good point. I think we talked about this last time though. If we're saying that, or I said that I want an actual like hint or answer that there is a God. Like I just want God to come down. A beam of light strikes down from Earth onto the planet, and there's a silhouette of a Jesus just standing there or something. Like I want that to happen, but should that actually happen? There's always you know those personal
No, because then what comes next?
Always happen.
Like what do the people do next? Then they're like, oh well, we know it's here, but
it'll ruin it. It'll cause chaos.
Yep, exactly. They wouldn't have anything to believe in. Then they'd be like, oh well, he's real, and now I have nothing.
Obviously, our religion was wrong, you know. And then everyone's just gonna be like, but will everyone just be like, you know,
no?
Now that we know, so
I don't think everyone would be very accepting of it. Like they'd be like, oh, well, fake, stage. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Like there's still gonna be non-believers.
Even if it happens in front of everyone, like, just say...
Well, how long ago did we prove the Earth is not flat? And there's still the flat earthers.
Yeah, dude.
You're not a flat earther, right?
No. To me, that's stupid. If you believe the Earth is flat, well, you're kind of stupid, but you know what? You believe what you want.
Nope, you're fucking retarded.
Yes.
I have my opinion. Come at me.
Come at me. No, but... I don't think, you know, technology will advance. We can...
I'm sorry, I'm still on the flat earth. Imagine we go to fucking space to go to Mars and we look back and it's just a fucking plane. Like, god damn it, I just swore my goddamn life that it was a fucking sphere. So I trust you.
We really don't know.
I know.
What government hides from us.
Have you ever seen a sun test? Oh, yeah, you're right. Anyways, keep going. Jesus.
Technology will advance, and we will be able to travel far out in space. Maybe not travel, because I say this. Maybe we'll maybe.
Nope.
I think Mars we can get to, but we already know that like there really isn't life.
They need farmers on Mars.
Yes,
they need gamers on Mars.
Yes, dude. We just start a whole new civilization. I think we could really go with cameras and telescopes and see maybe life on Earth. But I don't think...
I want to see past Earth. Different universe.
Different universe.
I want that.
We've never...
Did we talk about the light year thing on here? Or am I thinking about something else? So light year is a year away. So the people... So if someone had a really good telescope that was a light year from us, they'd be seeing 2019 or whatever. Because it's a year away. So it's like it's kind of like how the sun takes 8 minutes to like the light gets here. So technically, what they'd be seeing would be a year ago. So it's kind of like time travel, right? So if they get far enough, so if we got far enough away fast enough, you could technically look in the past? Question mark. I'm really confused.
I don't know, dude. That's a good question.
Are you?
I swear to... You're like 1 health for a lot of that, but...
No. I revealed. I cut you off, I'm sorry.
No, you're good, dude.
I just keep getting things into my head about things that I've heard.
What we need to bring up. That's a good question, because I don't really understand
I don't understand space and time.
It is confusing.
We need an astrophysicist just on the show.
Yes. Yes, honestly we did. I think we do need to... Why am I lagging so fast?
Me too, I'm pretty sure it's the server. No one, Right.
I do think we do have the power to maybe like discover more things, but I think God is going to limit us to where we can go because he doesn't want us discovering those planets out there that we probably will get transferred to, like maybe when we die.
No, I agree. Like he could be like the being could be holding us back from that.
I don't know. As cool as it would be, I also don't think the world can necessarily end.
I don't either. I mean, do you mean end as in like explode or end as in life gone?
No, well, let me say this because I do think, like, the way I believe it is, God can take us whenever he wants to. Like, you know what the rapture is? You know what the rapture is?
No.
It's pretty much just everyone everyone who follows like God will just disappear, and all the people who don't believe will stay on Earth and suffer. I think that's
yeah,
how
we've talked
the
about
world can
this.
end.
We talked about how
I don't think physically a planet can collide with us or an asteroid will hit us.
No, I don't
God
think that.
doesn't want the world to end.
We're being protected.
I mean, it's definitely possible. We don't know the answer, but I don't think we can end. And I just want to know, like, what
I do want to know what is gonna happen. I wish I could look ahead 100 years or look back 100 years.
I know.
More so look forward. Like I really like technology and like.
I don't really need to look back because we already have a pretty general idea of what happened. But at the same time, maybe we missed something.
Maybe we were lied to.
Yeah, maybe we were missing something that was really key to something
in the next 100 years, our textbooks today, like the same date today in our textbooks, and certain points will change because certain things come out that were wrong. Like say,
there's so much fake news about there. We don't know what's real.
Even, I mean, 50 years ago, things were fake.
Exactly. Theirs just wasn't much, as much of a problem because
there wasn't like media.
Fast, but we can get it out there in like a second. You know, we can just post something, be like, you know what, Donald Trump's an alien. You know, you can say that, and people be like, oh my god, you know, and what? How did you get in? You know, my screen, you weren't in my box.
It's lagging so hard.
You know, the media definitely does not help.
No, it really doesn't. They have not helped with anything. Like, so the riots, Trump, Joe Biden, they're hater creators, really. For no matter no matter what the situation is, they're just creating people to hate. Because there's always people that disagree, but normally they can disagree in peace. But now they're disagreeing because someone else is saying something else about it.
Yeah. I don't know if we talked about this before. The media is so scary because it's almost as if they're violating our Constitution or our constitutional rights. You know.
I feel there'll be some changes with that for the next election, even in the next 4 years. Yep.
Again, in our sociology class, we watched that video on how they literally know everything about us, how long we look at something on. But let's just use Instagram.
If I start talking about dog food right now, I'll go on my phone and there'll be pictures of dog food.
Exactly. They know what you look up. They know what you're looking at. They time how long you're looking at it. They know what you like. Like if you like something, if you search something, that it will just keep popping up in your search. And let's just say you just set down your phone for like a day. You're just gonna start getting notifications that you never got on your phone that's trying to get you to come back and be on that social media, you know. Oh, so this person is online right now. Are you interested? You know, you get those messages and you're like, what? I never had that before. Why do I even care that you're that person?
Don't talk to me.
Yeah, it's creepy. Dude.
Yeah, no, it really is.
They're like making a literal virtual figure of you. Like, they could probably clone you with how much information. Like, they can make a robot of you right now.
Oh, yeah.
If they really wanted to.
Of what your daily, like you wake up at a certain time, you do this, that, check your phone at this time every day.
Exactly. I didn't even think about that. Like, they know what time you wake up.
They know what you're doing. When you're busy.
They literally know what time you wake up, because
when you go to bed. Like, someone could, like, if there's a good enough hacker, like, that watch you for a while, but they could know your schedule, and then they could rob you.
It's scary. They definitely need to put a stop to it. And I don't know what, you don't know, they even could be building like robots of ourselves right now. We don't know.
Yeah, there's robots and they're gonna kill us all and make a civilization without us.
Skynet's gonna become an actual thing.
That was the plan.
No, the technology or electronic, I think, will be the end of us. If there was to be a world end, we could do it ourselves. I don't think there can be a necessarily physical thing that
so there's actually a group of people, and you're gonna be crazy. So like Elon Musk, like, so he's the person that kind of creates AI and that stuff. But there's also a group of people that put money towards making sure that AIs can't take over the world, and people like him are in it. Because I mean, there are also people that can create it, which makes sense. Because then if something happens, they can say, "Well, I'm also trying to stop it." So I don't know.
Well, no, they need to, because that's scary. I don't know. I remember hearing about this, and I watched like this whole little documentary per se on this, and these two Facebook AIs were put together at like an interview, and they were like testing to see how much they knew and stuff like that. They started creating their own language, like that.
Oh, like
they made their own language.
Yeah.
What?
Like the people that couldn't understand them, you mean?
Yeah, they couldn't understand them because they're just in the middle of the speech. They started speaking to each other, and they couldn't identify what they're saying because, you know, they were talking. And there's also this one interview between AIs, and they started talking about how humans don't treat them right or something like that. And that's
like, when it gets scary. If an AI is like, oh shit, I'm gonna kill you.
That's scary that they can be smarter than us, or you know.
Because of us, though.
They don't necessarily have like the emotions we can because they're robot. I don't know. Maybe they can. That's weird if they can. But they literally can know everything, and that's why I feel like they could take over the world and kill us all. I don't want to live in that world to see the day. I don't want my kids
to. I really do not want to be in that world.
We're gonna be though. It's literally happening now in front of our eyes. It's already here. Yeah. We just need to live with it.
Make sure there's everyone that's creating stuff is smart.
Yeah.
You definitely.
Elon Musk's pretty smart about that stuff. I hope he can really, you know, make wonders with AI, but yet have it under control. And one thing actually that's pretty scary he's doing right now.
He's the richest person in the world right now.
Yeah, I saw him overtake Bezos.
245 billion.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
So someone tweeted that, and he tweeted, "Oh, that's weird. Oh, back to work."
Yeah, how strange. Yeah, I saw that.
It's like, okay, buddy. A little cocky.
No,
I love Elon.
That's good. I love it.
No, that's a good attitude. Yeah.
One thing is, I love Tesla. I love SpaceX. This new thing he's working on, I want to buy a Tesla as well. Tesla Roadster mainly. One thing he's working on right now that's kind of scary, and he's testing it, I'm pretty sure, on like people who are mentally challenged, and you know, why not test it on them?
Imagine someone creates something that can unwind like a mentally challenged person's brain and kind of just fix them. I don't really want to say like that,
trying to do.
But I mean that's kind of how it is. Like they're not broken, but they're just messed up a little.
Creating a chip in their brain, and once it's inserted, it'll load all of their memories onto it, and like, you know, it'll stimulate the brain to be like back to normal. It can like hold more storage. You can communicate between chips in your brain.
I want a Neuralink. Is that kind of what it is?
That's what it is. Okay. That's what these work. That's this project.
I want
Neuralink.
I want that. Like it unlocks everything. Makes you smart, but it's also scary because he can come and control you and hack you.
Yeah.
That should be scary.
Stream music in your head. You can store literally everything. That's what I'm saying. He's working on it right now and testing it with disabled people and seeing how it is.
Well.
You know, if it,
yes.
I remember I'm pretty sure he talked about this on Joe Rogan too. He said, or Joe Rogan asked, "Would you put this chip in your brain?" He's like, "Yeah, if it works." And he's like, "If it works with the people."
Hey, you gotta love a man that can stand behind his own.
Like
I would, but I'd have to be in the only one in control of it. Like it would not want to be connected to the Wi-Fi with that thing.
I would have to know. Yeah. I would have to know that it could work. You know, like,
imagine just thinking about playing Fortnite and then all of a sudden you're playing it because it's in your brain. You'd be cracked.
That's weird.
Oh fuck! I'm tired. I don't know about you.
Strangest thing about that Neuralink, you can like edit your memories, like, and rewind.
That's fucked. Like, I didn't lie. What do you mean?
Yeah, no, that's exactly how it is. You can store everything like how a camera would. It's like, say you're just filming, and you can. That's pretty much what the Neuralink could do. Whatever your eyes are seeing, you can just record it, and you can go back and edit in your brain. and delete what you want and then keep what you want. Like, that's crazy. Like, it's so weird. I don't know. It's so cool, but it's kind of like ruining the humane way that humans are supposed to be. You know? No way, but it is so cool.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
You were gonna start well, we did this on take 2, but you're gonna start doing the quote of the week thing, or the quote of the
yes. I had a quote. I don't have a quote right now. Do you have a quote?
Yes. I do not. I remember that one was something about like challenging limits or something like that. That was a good one because that one relates with our podcast like a bit. I'll give you time to put it.
I'm trying to find it again. I don't even remember.
Okay, let's talk with our viewers right now. So let me know what you get people like in our podcast. You know, we talk about a lot of crazy stuff. We're kind of sad that we have to do this. This is our third take. So please comment. Let us know what you like.
Hopefully there's not a fourth. That means that something went wrong. If you're not seeing this by Wednesday, or actually no, there'll be another one on Wednesday. By someday. Today's Saturday.
Say like Sunday or Monday probably.
Maybe tomorrow. Maybe I'll be by.
So
alright, so don't limit your challenges. Challenge your limits.
That's a very good quote, because this is the reason why we're kind of talking about how God is kind of like restricting us. You know, or at least I think He's like restricting us. The world won't end, but He doesn't want us to go out discovering like all the secrets that there is other humans or something, other life that we might get transferred to when we die. We don't know. So that doesn't mean we can't just challenge our limits, because yes, we may be limited, but that means we can't just stop there. We gotta try, you know. That's a good message. I feel like
I just shot through a wall and a ramp.
Yeah, I don't know what you did there. That was crazy, but yeah. Good quote, Tristan. I like that, and we're gonna do that every podcast now.
Yep, we're gonna do our best.
Tell me what you think about it, people.
Give us some quotes if you want.
It's pretty interesting. I don't know if this one was better or worse than the take 2.
Yeah, I can't tell you.
Like, both of them were so good. Alright, but not today, Mr. Meatloaf. Not today.
Alright, we'll end it on here,
that's a good way to end it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Good talk. Hopefully it's up and we won't have to do a take 4. Yep, have a great week.